What is it?
Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you down to Fococomo. We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Today on Brewmatures. Yes, everybody, welcome back. We've got a fun one today. It's Fococomo from Bottle Logic Brewing. This is a variant, the bottled variant of this year's Fundamental Observation, but with a twist, as they usually do. This is an Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with Madagascar vanilla beans and finished with coconut and Mostra coffee. So, for those of you who have seen on the channel, we've done Fococo. And we've done, which they said they would never bottle, but they did last year, and we got 2 bottles of it because we were lucky, FOMO. And they put those two together with the Fundamental Observation this year and made Fococomo. The food pairings are triple cream brie, spiced pork with plantains, coffee toffee cheesecake, say that 5 times fast, and the director's notes are Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go? The Beach Boys. This is batch number 1, the first time they've ever tried this out, and the viscometer has a big 8. So it's a thicker boy than the regular Fundamental Observation was. Love the bottle here, the tropical vibes. It's even got the wood grain on the rest of the label.
Listen.
You hate coconut.
I love Bottle Logic. I love coffee. But I hate coconut. And for some reason last year, I loved Fococo on draft.
And I loved it in the bottle. Or was it the other way?
No.
The other way, right?
I kept going back to the brewery.
Yeah, because it didn't taste like coconut on draft, but it did in the bottle, and that's why I liked it in the bottle. You liked it in the draft. And we flip-flopped for FOMO. You liked it on the bottle, and I liked it on draft. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So, maybe I'll get the best of both worlds that I liked.
We'll see, because you've been flip-flopping on this beer while we've had it on draft. Spoiler alert, we've had this before. We've had it on draft. This is a beer, I think, cold, we liked it. I liked it more because it was more coconut. And warm, you liked it more because that's when the coffee comes out. So maybe we'll see that here. I'm very excited for this. So let's start talking about it and get to drinking about it. I feel like this is the perfect summer stout. If you're gonna have a stout over summer, you're gonna want a little tropical in there, get a little coconut.
I wish it wasn't coconut though.
What do you wish it was? With coffee and vanilla. A lot of fizz there. Always chocolate though, because it's a stout.
Just chocolate. There's more chocolate.
It's like Number Crunch with FOMO.
Yeah.
Because Number Crunch is another variant of
Observation. Get it. Like, that's not very tropically, that's not very summery, and that's what you just asked, but...
I'll be honest with you.
It smells like poop.
It smells like milk.
What do I hate more than coconut?
Poop.
Milk. Well, I mean, yeah, I hate poop. I'm not going to eat poop, but I'm not drinking milk. I'm not eating coconut. This smells like, the first sniff, honestly, it smelled like a bit like a baby's diaper.
It smelled like spoiled milk to me. But now, I think I get a little bit of that coffee coming through, like chocolate coffee.
So much coffee, and I get a little bit of the coconut, and it's... You know how you go away for the weekend, and you forget to take your trash out? Like, it's like the off-putting scent of weird coconut. Do you want to try it? Let's go.
Oh. First sip, I'll be honest with you, not the best. I get alcohol at the end. There's a little bit of coconut.
There's coconut in here.
Yeah, I told you that from the get-go.
It's hard because I know what this is when it heats up. and there's no coconut when it heats up. And right now it's pretty cold because it's just out of the refrigerator. So right now, as it is, very coconutty,
Very boozy to me.
pretty stouty. Not super boozy to me. But as it is now, I don't like this. I think when we went to the brewery and we got the flight of all 6 of Phenomenal Observation and all its iterations, this was my least favorite at the very beginning because it was so coconutty, because it was cold.
And by the time we sipped and sipped and sipped,
Yeah.
by the time we got to the end, you're like, oh, I like this. And I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't like this as much anymore.
Yeah, but I didn't know which one it was because it was in the flight and they all looked exactly the same.
But I will tell you this. I think out of the bottle, I like this less than draft. Cold. Full stop. I'm not getting as much coconut.
I agree with you. I don't think I get as much coconut, but it's still there, and it's still that weird coconutty, weird chocolate coconut flavor in beer that I can't ever put my finger on, and I don't like it.
It's generally like a tropical stout kind of flavor. Not as much coconut as I would want it to have. Yeah. Not super great there.
It's like that. It's such a weird, like, if I drank this blind and I didn't know there was coconut in there, I wouldn't be able to tell you that it's coconut, but it's that weird, almost off, like the beer's off, like it's infected flavor. But that's just my taste buds because I don't like coconut. But I can't tell you, oh my gosh, it's coconut.
Yeah, it's not sour like when a beer is bad, but I get what you mean. It could, like the coconut with the coffee maybe.
Yeah.
Because black coffee has a little bit of that sourness to it.
Yeah.
If you've ever had, especially cold.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the vibe of this is. And it's not really sour, it's just black coffee sour bitter if you've had that and you know what I'm talking about.
I've had that though happen with that one year of, and I don't know if you put it, not you, but like I don't know like if it was put in my head because they had infected beer, the Jam the Radar that one year where they did have infected.
Space Jam.
Oh yeah, Space Jam.
Because that was also coconut.
Yeah, maybe because they did have some infected bottles, and you said that before we drank it, and maybe it got in my head, but maybe I was tasting that taste, and I think that's what it was.
Yeah. I will say this, like, out of the ones that we had on tap, this was not in my top 3.
Okay. Me either.
And I still feel that way. I don't think it's like the worst beer ever, but I think it's still a miss as far as ones that they could have put in a bottle.
Yeah.
Talking ones you should have put in a bottle. The Huckleberry one they had on tap. Oh my god.
But you know why they put it in the bottle? Because it was 2 giants last year. Put them together.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, Huckleberry, like, you never know. Are people going to like this? Is it too weird for them? Like, this was a sure... I feel like this, for them, was a sure bet because they're putting 2 together that everybody fucking loves.
And there weren't that many bottles. They sold out real quick. We got 2 bottles. Very lucky to have gotten that. I don't know where I'm landing on this rating-wise, so let's go to the ABV. ABV... No decimal places. Bottle logic, you're slipping there on your accuracy. I don't know.
Maybe they did it on purpose.
Pretty sure the same ABV as regular FO.
You think so?
I know so.
You think so?
But can I remember the last video we filmed? Well, it was like a few sips ago. I'm going to say this is a 14% beer.
Oh, I can't remember.
And it is.
It is. Yeah, this doesn't taste more or less boozy than Fundamental Observation for me.
I think I get more alcohol in this one. But also I feel like it was a good attempt, but in the bottle version, the flavors aren't mixing how I think they thought they would. Follow that path. Those of you who are sober out there, follow that. And I think it's a little disjointed, a little disconnected. And that's why when it's cold, you get coconut. When it's warm, you get coffee. But you don't get all 3 mixing together coherently.
Yeah, I can see that.
For instance, they had the
Yeah, I can see
lemon,
that.
the lemon one.
Lemon meringue.
Yeah, the lemon meringue. The vanilla played perfectly with the lemon, and it tasted like there was crust, and you could taste the lemon and the meringue. It was really, really good.
That's the one that I thought was weird, huh?
You thought it was weird, but it was good. Like, it was what it said it was.
Okay, I know this video is not about the lemon meringue fundamental observation, but side note, if anybody has gone to the brewery and gotten a taste of that shit was so weird. I got the vanilla, I got the lemon meringue, those two together, that was the weirdest beer I think I've ever tasted.
I think it was because it was such a bright flavor. It was so bright and just packed full of flavor, but for such a dark beer.
Yeah, and just sharing a taster that's this big was perfectly fine for me. I never needed to get a full pour of it. I didn't even want a full taster of it, but I didn't hate it. I probably would have given that beer like a 4.
I would have given it a 4.5. I thought that was freaking great.
So, coming back to this one though, it's finally heating up. I think I'm going to chew it.
Okay.
To see if I can get any of the coconut.
Okay. What about coffee?
I've given up on the coffee.
It's time for that big chew. Fun fact, Kokomo is probably my favorite Beach Boys song, but I'm not a super big Beach Boys fan.
I didn't get any vanilla, I didn't get any coconut, and I didn't get any coffee.
I think the most vanilla I'm getting is just in between long sittings, in between sips, is just like the vanilla's playing around afterwards.
This is definitely way different than on draft.
Mm-hmm.
I think that cold, yes, it's the same. It's coconutty. Warm, it just tastes like fundamental observation without the vanilla. This is just
a barrel-aged stout.
A barrel-aged stout, which I'm not complaining about. I do like letting my stouts get to room temperature after drinking them, after having a few sips cold, but I don't want to have to wait. We had the other bottle before.
Spoilers.
And we chilled it, and I took maybe like 10-15 minutes before I drank any of it.
I think I thought that bottle tasted way better than this bottle, if I'm being honest with everybody out there. This bottle tastes way different than that bottle.
Oh no. That's weird.
It could be between different barrels that they filled the bottles with, you don't know. But I think that bottle tasted way better than this bottle personally. And I think the draft also tasted closer to that bottle than this. This tastes like it's different completely.
But I don't want to have to wait for my beer to get warm for me to enjoy it. I still am enjoying this a lot. I knew going into it that I wouldn't like it as much because there is so much coconut in it for me, and I am not a coconut fan. Sorry about it. I'm trying to stay unbiased, but I think I'd give this a 4.25. It's still a banger. I still love this beer. Warm, it's pretty good. But like I just said, I don't want to have to wait 10 minutes, you know? But it's good. This is good. It's fine.
I don't know about a banger.
This is a banger. Okay, I'll drink the rest of it.
I don't know about a banger, and also I don't know about that. I think this is going to surprise you. I'm going to give it a 4. And
you don't get to drink the rest of it then.
I just know what the other bottle was, and I know what it is on draft, and it's just not the same. So that's why it's keeping me up to a 4, because I know what it could be. But this bottle itself here is not super great, and yeah,
it's interesting. I don't think that. I mean, like I just said, I waited when we were drinking it that time. I waited. I very purposely didn't take a sip of it when it was cold because I knew it was going to be coconut full.
Yeah, and I remember that too. But that's why cold, I
Yeah.
should be the one saying
Yeah.
I love it because it should be
And
full
you
of
did,
coconut.
you did
Not this
then, but
time.
not this time. Yeah.
I'm not getting a lot of coconut
Yeah.
this time.
Hmm.
I would say in the future, just give me Fococo back. That was a banger. That was an easy 5 for me. I love that beer, and even FOMO, super good. Just split them back. Bring them back individually. We don't need them together.
You think they're gonna do that next year?
I think it'd be cool if they eventually, not next year. I think they like to try a bunch of different stuff. Next year they may bring back maybe Number Crunch with just chocolate in there. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I think this is a good try, and I think for whatever reason this is just a weird bottle maybe. And unfortunately it's the one that got put on the video. And if something changes through this night while we finish this beer, I'll hop on and film just a little like hand phone film and just be like, hey, update. The bottle has sat out for a little longer, or we poured it into bigger glasses and somehow that made a difference. But I don't think it will, but just in case, just to amend the video a bit. But yeah, bottle logic, I don't know. Bring them, split them back. Not everything needs to be an amalgamation.
It was a moneymaker though. People love Fococo. Yeah. People love FOMO. Why not? Good for them. And it would make sense to put them together.
And don't get me wrong, if they had more bottles of this, I would be like, I gotta get another bottle, see if I can find, gotta chase that dragon to the first bottle. But unfortunately, they are sold out. We're glad we swiped a couple bottles when we did in the beginning. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you for watching, friends. Like, share, subscribe. And until next we meet, we're the Brewmatures, trying every beer from around the world. One sip at a time. What's up, everybody? I told you if something happened during the finishing of Fococomo that I would film a little more for you here. And now that the beer has warmed up, it's sat a little while. A lot of coconut for me. A lot of sweet coconut. Really, really good. And I gotta say that if it tasted like this during the review, probably would have gave it like a 4.5. Really good. So if you have Fococomo still lying around, if you happen to get it, I recommend letting it warm up first. If you're finding that there's not a lot of coffee, not a lot of coconut, while it's warm, definitely let it warm up. All right, we'll see you guys next time.